Okay,
It worked?
we're here.
All right. Happy Wednesday, people.
Happy Wednesday.
Hope it is going well for you. You said, what's the weather like there in Canada?
Oops. We're here. I'm trying to figure out this volume thing here. Okay, got it. Good. Okay. Sorry. Yes. Weather here in Canada is not good. Well, it's raining. You need to have rain so things can grow. So I'm not going to complain. It's raining.
Yeah, what do they say? April showers bring May flowers.
Flowers, yes. And given that May is starting on Friday, it's Friday. Yeah, Friday.
Right.
We should have
So,
some beautiful flowers.
for how much rain y'all be getting. It's decent here. It's not what I don't know what the exact temperature is because I haven't been outside, but it looks nice. But while we were waiting to get on, I just heard the wind blow like really bad. I was almost like, are we supposed to have a tornado? And I don't know.
Really?
But I mean, it's fine now. It looks like it just got overcast though. So we might be about to get some rain.
Here's what it is.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Wednesday check-in, our happiness check-in. See how people are doing?
Yes. Today we wanted to kind of talk about some things we could, or I guess offer some tips on how to manage the day. Because I know when this first started, and in case somebody's watching in the future, when this whole COVID thing first started, um, I thought it was going to be like, all unicorns and rainbows because I've been wanting to work from home like on a regular, right? I want it to be like that stay at home mom, not stay at home, but work from home mom. And, I thought dinner would be done every day at 6 because I'm here. I thought, I know everybody's laughing at me too. Because I've heard people say like women who already work from home, they're like, it's not what you think it is. But I just knew dinner was going to be done every day at 6. I would wash, be able to do all my little housework and stuff like that at a decent time, or be able to do something like every day. It was just going to be great, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. I still love this. It's great to have the opportunity to do this. But in terms of what my expectations were for like time management and being what I thought was like the typical work from home situation, it's not that at all. I don't know. How's it been for you?
It's been the opposite experience for me because I already worked from home, right?
Right.
So
Right.
prior to this, so when I was told the kids were going to be home in addition, I was like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? I don't know how I'm going to do this. And so there was a little bit of anxiety there. But it's worked out pretty well. Like it's not bad at all.
You had a practice run. Except for the kid part.
Now dinner is not done by 6. I haven't organized myself that
But
way.
was it ever? Was it ever?
Sometimes.
Like before the kids came home, I mean, like was it ever?
Sometimes. I'm not gonna say all the time. Sometimes. Because see the thing is with my kids, when they came home from school, they were starving. So I would always try to have a snack ready for them right when they get home. But then that tides them over and then when I would have dinner ready for 6, they're not hungry. Right. 7:30. So then I said, why am I gonna bother? Because I like when I cook, we eat. Like I don't like to have to reheat stuff. So
yeah, same thing. Yeah.
So then I started cooking later. Later.
Dinner's done. It's 10 o'clock.
No, honestly, there were a few times, I'm not gonna lie, there were a few times where 9:30 we're eating and I'm like, this is too late. Because they're supposed to be when school is. So yeah, so it is what it is, whatever.
Well, and I think it was that when school was like when school was face to face or whatever, we, my drive is about an hour and a half, 2 hours between here to his school to work. So it's basically that in the evening as well. And so like you said, the kids are hungry as soon as they leave school. And we might have to grab like something small from takeout before I get home. But what I would try to do when I was working away from home, I would try to cook a meal that would last at least a couple of days, because at least I know a couple of days out of the week, dinner would be ready as soon as we all got home, and we could just reheat versus having to cook a fresh meal. And that takes, you know, longer to do. But somehow I'm like glued to my desk from the time I sit here all the way until like later than I would stay in the office, like probably 6.
I know.
5:30, 6 o'clock.
Well, now
And I
that
don't know.
dump truck children, and what that means is that they eat as much as you could fill a dump truck. That's how much they eat. Like
My son.
It's ridiculous, especially my 14-year-old. Oh my gosh! But he also grew about 6 inches in the last year and a half.
So yeah, that's where it's coming from. And Aurelius is kind of like that too.
So much. So I used to cook, and there'd be leftovers for like 2 days. Right, and they'd be like, "Mommy, we don't want this for 2 days." Well, now I don't have that problem. Now that they eat, and I have to cook every day because I can't cook enough. If I cook a large meal, he's gonna make sure to eat all of it. You can't see anything go into the fridge. It has to eat all of it.
That's how it. So with Aurelius, what I tried to do with grocery shopping, he likes pancakes. So I bought like these 2 big bags of pancakes so he could just heat them up in the oven for breakfast.
Okay.
And what I found I had to do was I had to tell him, like, you can't, because it comes with like, I think it might be like 5 or 6 bags inside the bag of probably like 5 or 6 pancakes, right? And
how do those taste? Like I've never had, like I always just make them from scratch. How do those
they're
taste?
not like scratch, but they're definitely better than like like I don't know how McDonald's might make pancakes or something like that. Like they don't taste artificial or anything like that. They're decent. They're just like perfectly shaped pancakes, you know. He'll put like cinnamon sugar on them after they're done, or you know. So, but they're decent. They're definitely not bad, and he likes them. And I had to tell him not to eat like because 6 to me is more than enough for one day. Like 6 is enough for breakfast, period. No, if he can have 12 or however many, he's gonna do that. And he was doing that at first, and I wasn't paying attention because I'm up here working, you know, and I'm like thankful that he's independent so he can go do his thing. But like, no, when you have like dump truck kids or whatever you said, they will fill up the dump truck if you don't watch.
You know those pizzas, those mini pizzas?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so Kobe, he'll say, "Mom, can I have a snack?" "Oh yeah, go make your snack, whatever." I come down and I'm like, "I just did groceries yesterday. How come half a box is gone?" Now there's 8 in a box.
Yeah.
Okay? Half a box is gone. And I'm like, he's like, "Oh, I ate them." I'm like, "You ate 4?"
Right.
4? You ate 4 of them? So yeah, and they're decent size. Shoot.
I got Aurelius a DiGiorno pizza for dinner yesterday, and he said he was asking me how to cut it because I can't find our pizza cutter. So I got just a regular big knife, and I was cutting it because I'm that mom that's scary like that. Like, let me do it. I don't want you to cut yourself. I know you're way taller than me and you're 12 going on 13, but I don't want you to cut yourself. So anyway, I'm cutting the pizza, and a normal person, you're going to cut it in probably 8 slices. He said you could just cut it into 4. And he ate 3. And the only reason why he only ate 3 is because while he was waiting for it to cook, he made fajita. Otherwise, he would have ate the whole
pizza. So much like my house. Oh my gosh. Oh my
God. How you do multiple, I don't know. Because I'm like, this one kid right here is eating me out of house and home.
Isaiah's not bad. The youngest one is not too bad. Like he'll eat, and yeah, he eats what I would call normal amounts of food,
For now.
right? Unless we order food, like if we order a pizza, right? They, like I said to them, okay, I'm gonna buy 2 large pizzas. That should last us a couple of days.
Mm-mm.
Oh, no, I need a whole one, and it's like it's like a challenge. The challenge is on this whole thing. I'm like, you don't have to eat the whole thing. Like, wouldn't it be cool if you had some for lunch tomorrow?
Just saying.
Just,
That's the thing. And see, he has his one piece left over today for lunch, but once he eats that, within like 20 minutes, he's going to be like, well, what else can I eat now? You think you're scot-free when you have leftovers. No, you're not. You still have to make more meals. So yeah.
One saving grace with this quarantine is that they can't necessarily go outside to burn all of the energy, right?
Right, yeah.
Because I can't imagine what we would be consuming if they
right. Right. That's a real thing. And he works out or whatever, but not like he was when he was going to school every day. So yeah, I was just like, thank goodness there's not any sport or anything going on right now, where my whole everything would just be going to food.
Yeah. And I was say, Mommy, don't complain that I'm eating so much. What was it he said? I'm working out.
Yeah, that's what he says. He's like, well, at least I work it off. Like, for the amount that you eat, there's a lot more you're going to need to do besides what you're doing.
So for those of you watching, what's going on in your household? What's happening with food in your household? Now, I will admit that I've been a snacker. I've been snacking like crazy. And because I'm online a lot, like on Zoom, I can see myself. And I'm like, ooh, Jen. Oh, girl, you need to stop.
Do you feel like you're gaining weight?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I feel like I am. And I'm okay with it, though. Like, I'm not, like, upset, but I'm just noticing. I'm like, wow, I'm noticing the growth online.
You don't look like you're gaining weight at all. I don't know how I've been able to, but I'm losing weight or maintaining at this point. But so, like, I'm excited. But I wasn't a snacker to begin with.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a big deal for me in terms of that. But my thing is, you know how they say that cubicles are like the new cigarette, right? Like, if you're in your cubicle all the time, you don't get to move. Well, my office is like the new cigarette because I sit down and I do not move. And so I was just like, there's got to be a better way to deal with this, because it is not healthy. It's a great experience, but it's like you're trading one thing for another. So that's why I felt like it'd be good to kind of talk about things we could do, as long as this is still here. Like I said, I love it. I like the fact that we're able to do it, but we got to maintain or create some new good habits in this situation.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. So I've been sitting and I've been thinking and reflecting and thinking of my own childhood and stuff like that. And what did I used to do when I was a kid? And what I found is that I'm somewhat, that they call helicopter moms, like they're always on top of their kids and right, they always have to entertain them. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to stop that. Because my kids cannot expect to be entertained all the time. They're going to have to figure out.
I remember my mom doing that for me. We had to play. We had to use our imagination and play with each other.
Exactly. So I said to my kids, they have this game Fortnite that they love to play, right?
Yeah.
They love to play this game. And so what I was noticing, because we have to homeschool, and I don't even know if I could really call it homeschool. It's just helping with a homework assignment every day. Right. Anyways, what I would notice is that, especially my youngest, he'd be rushing so that he could get to the game. Because the rule was, once you finish your work, then you can play Fortnite. So he would rush. So I thought, okay, I gotta, this isn't working, because he can get miserable, right? And make life kind of hard. So, all right, so this is the new rule. You have to, these are all the different things that you got to get done before 5 o'clock. After 5 o'clock, feel free. You can play Fortnite and do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So by doing that, I'm getting the stuff I need him to do on a daily basis, like do a little bit of exercise, whether it's going up and down the stairs or something, and read a book and do the homework done and all that kind of stuff. He has to play his guitar. All that stuff has to get done. Don't even come ask me anything until all of that stuff, right? And during the free time part, he has to figure out how to entertain himself. So I figure I am winning. No matter what, I'm winning.
Yeah, and see, that's good that you put the time on it like that. In terms,
it was getting crazy, really, Shirley. Like I thought it was me or him at one point. I'm like, I really feel I'm going to hurt this child. Because he'd be like, why do we have to do it this way? And I'm like, why are you getting mad at me? I didn't give you the homework.
The teacher did.
You would be in school. You have responsibilities. That's what life is. You got some responsibilities. But really, Shirley, I was like, I'm patient and I have a fairly happy disposition. But girl, there was a point where I'm like, I got to change something here because I cannot be the entertainer and I cannot be the teacher.
That's what I'm saying. Now you're like entertainer, teacher, chef, cafeteria monitor.
It was driving me. So I'm like, okay, something's got to shift. And so I put back some of the responsibility on him. They're old enough. They're not 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Like 12 and 14.
Right. That is key. And I'm glad you said that because I'm probably going to try it. This is what my situation is. He does all the work, but this is the new bad habit he has. I don't like it anyway. He will have the school laptop going and his MacBook going at the same time. He's watching Naruto on one and doing homework on the other. And you keep hearing all this laughing and stuff like that. I'm like, homework's not that funny. Y'all only had one Zoom today. And he's like, I'm doing my work. I'm doing it. And he is. And he's getting better grades, actually, from home than he was when he was in school. So it's a real hard argument to make right now to say, you can't do both at the same time. And it's because my concern is that when regular school starts back, are you going to be able to sit in class and pay attention because you don't have the option of both monitors? Right. That's my concern. So I'm like, what are you going to do? He's like, it's not something I'm trying to like make a new habit. It's just, just something I'm doing. And it's hard for me because you just want to be like, at least how my parents were. It's like, no is no, period. So if I say no, don't do it. And the way kids are now, it's like, if you have to make it logical for them.
I know.
And if he doesn't, his grades are not suffering, where's the logic?
I know. My 21-year-old had sat me down and had this discussion with me the other day because I said to him, if I say no, then can you just take that and that's it? Just trust me. I have a reason for saying what I'm saying. He's like, Mom, that's lazy parenting.
Oh, what? Well, I got lazy parenting.
Lazy parenting. He's like, that's lazy parenting. Just saying no because you said so. Yeah.
That might be what's wrong right now with a lot of situations.
It's good enough for me. It's good enough for you.
Right. But no. I came out just fine.
Lazy parenting. And let me ask you something, Shirley. When you were younger, could you say to your parents, the way you're parenting me, it's lazy parenting? Could you say that?
No, not even right now. Like it's hard like now to even talk to them about, like if I want to go talk to them right now, not because they would do anything to me, but it's just I don't know, that's what they projected, that they're the parents and I'm the kid. I still call my mom mommy and my daddy, like, and I'm 40, okay? And, if I want to talk to them about something that I feel might be controversial, it's a little bit difficult for me because I'm like, and my mom would be like, you're an adult, just say it. And I'm like, okay, well, since I have your permission.
I won't even swear in front of my parents.
Right. And that's what
I'm telling a story and repeating something. Right.
It's just some things I don't do.
I know.
Of how my parents are.
All of you listening. So there's a few questions we have. One, how are you occupying your children and keeping them off the video games?
Right.
And for You who have kids who don't like video games, how did you do that? Share it, please.
What are they doing? And it's like funny because that's the other thing too about I said it really is this Naruto thing like an addiction? And
that too. They're into that too. I don't know.
Yeah, and it might just be a thing that little boys do at this age, but like
my 21-year-old still watches it.
That's what he said. He said, "Mom, there are grown men who watch this." And I was like, "Oh, really?" I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just different. Like, I don't think there's anything that I do that consumes my entire day like that. I don't think so.
My 21-year-old and my 12-year-old have these long, drawn-out conversations about Naruto.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, is it that good? Like, really?
There are clubs and everything. I mean, and like if he earns
sounds like
money,
my mom when I was younger in her soap operas.
I think that's exactly what it's like. And they were fine. They watched their soap operas and they were fine. I guess in the world that we're in now, we're so concerned about doing the right things and not creating like bad habits. And then, you know, all the myths, or not myths, but things they say about, well, if you do too much of this, it can cause that. You know, it's just little things you worry about, especially with your kids, you know, and you're like, is this gonna make you have some kind of crazy situation? So, you know, he's fine as long as his grades are up. I guess I don't have a strong argument. Like, I just don't like it. It's not normal.
You'd have to do some research about having too many screens on at once, how that impacts them. And maybe, but I don't know, if he's doing well, then yeah, you're right. That's a hard argument.
Yeah. But what I do though, is like once the school day is over with, like I'll have, I'm like, all right, no more screens, like no laptop, no phone, no anything, which he's not really on the phone like that right now. Once he's done with schoolwork, he'll go, he makes beats. So he'll go and like maybe make a beat on a computer or something like that. But then after that, he's off of it. And I got him an MP3 player. He asked for it, like an old school MP3 player.
Okay.
So he'll walk around the house, maybe listening to music or something like that. But
listen,
like,
I skipped all of that, okay? No, in all honesty, I'm still back to CDs.
Are you? See, I thought he was going backwards. You went back. That's pretty good too. CD.
Not went back, stayed back. I never got.
Did you?
I never got.
So you have CDs in your car and everything. You don't listen to music on your phone in your car.
I'll listen to the radio because I have Sirius FM.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So I'll listen to that, or my CDs. Yes. Like when I was getting my vehicle, I'm like, is there a CD player?
And see, I look at my car and I'm like, I can't believe that cars still come with CD players, because it's like, how do you have like the CD player, right? But then you have like, you know, the satellite console, plus you could do MP3, or not MP3, but Bluetooth. So you could play your music through your phone. And I'm like, why even have radio anymore?
Really? I do not even know how to create a playlist. I'm not lying. I know I am very good at many things. With technology is not one of them. And I am not ashamed to say it.
You shouldn't be though. I think a lot of people who are like you're very, you read a lot and stuff like that, and you research a lot and things like that. A lot of people nowadays don't have the patience to like book read anymore. You know, they're doing Audible and things like that. So I think it just matches, you know, how you are, you know, but that's a good thing. Like, no, we really should be doing more of the like open a book and read it, you know, kind of a thing, and not just listening. There's something to writing and reading that is important for our brains. So, and I haven't figured out yet what the benefit of technology was, except that it's making our brains lazier. So you're doing the right things. Keep your CD player. Don't learn how to make a playlist.
Oh my goodness. I know, but I do need to, like when I want to listen to music and stuff like that, I go on YouTube.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah.
And I'll look at other people's playlists that they put together. I'm like, oh, this sounds good. And I'll play that and then do what I got to do.
Right. Yeah. That's a safe place to be.
Yeah. I do need to know these things. So at some point I will learn, but by that, and the other thing though is that by that time it's changed.
I was gonna say
Like,
the options are gonna change. Because I told my son, I said, when he got his MP3 player, I said, when MP3 players first came out, we used to have to use this website. It was on the tip of my tongue. But there was a website you had to go to like basically it's pirated music. Like you had to, Napster was one of the websites.
Mhm.
You'd have to go and like basically get music that people had uploaded, not legal, to the portal and pull it down to your computer and then transfer it to your like music device, like the one he has, and or make a CD or burn a CD with it. We used to burn CDs. But I said, now you just can, I said, how are you going to load music on that? And he figured it out. I guess there's website, I don't know how you do it now. But I was like, yes, it's a whole different options now. And the options we had back then don't even exist anymore.
Oh. Like when they went from DVD to Blu-ray?
Yeah.
I don't even know what Blu-ray is.
I still don't know.
I don't know. If I want to watch a movie, now I go to Netflix.
Yeah, I don't even have a DVD player. I haven't for years.
Oh.
I just use paper.
They sell DVDs still. Yeah, they do sell you DVDs still.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, anyways, our time is up. Our time.
Yes.
But come on.
I had a couple things I want to throw out there real quick though.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to breeze through them because we did take a lot of time already. A couple things while we're in the situation that we're in right now. Make an effort to make sure you're getting out the house, safely get out the house. You know, get out into nature. If you can go to the supermarket, make sure you're safe or whatever, but try to get out the house, especially if you have kids. I think one of the things Aurelius is always like every day, he's like, we don't go anywhere, you know, and it's starting to wear on the kids, you know, it's even on me, and I don't really even like leaving the house much. So if you can find ways to get out safely and still maintain the whole social distancing and all that jazz, try to do that for your own sanity and your kids' sanity. Don't be afraid to use modern technology to have like little online meetups, like a little Zoom party. You and your girlfriends can have like a little happy hour just to have that social interaction that you might be missing because you can't physically go to them like you used to. Exercise, but not even to stay in shape or to stay skinny, mainly so that you can have that, you know, with kids and having families and stuff like that, you need that alone time. And a lot of times when you go to exercise, your kids leave you alone, right? So you could just have that moment of alone time and, you know, do some yoga or do a video or something like that, you know. And the benefit, of course, is the exercise and do something for yourself at least once a week. That's kind of difficult to do now because we can't leave the house. I had to paint my own fingernails for the second time. But it was nice because, you know, you sit there and you're like focused, you know, so it's kind of like coloring. And then make sure you make time to spend with your kids and your significant other if you have one. And when I say make time, I mean, like we're together all day, right? But we're together doing the things we're supposed to be doing, like our schoolwork, our work, things like that. But we need to make sure that since we can't leave the house like we normally would to go do little, you know, events together as a family, that we find a way to pencil out some time and make it matter. So those are my things.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. All right, so put your questions in and any comments so that somebody who might be reading the comments, listening, they'll get some ideas as well that might support them through this time. And we will be every Wednesday, either on YouTube or on Facebook. Depending what wants to do. It wouldn't connect to Facebook today.
Yeah, so we had some temporary issues. All right, well, I'm going back to work. I was taking my lunch. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you later.
See you, everyone.
See ya.